We live now?
Yeah, in a minute. It's there we
Now?
go. Hmm.
We'll cue it up so I can see me.
Hey guys, welcome to Community Conversations with Mel and my co-host Uncle Fitz Unlimited. Hey Uncle Fitz,
Hey,
how you doing?
like your name, I'm a sweet melody today.
Guys, welcome to Community Conversations with Mel and did I say community conversations?
I don't know. Get
No,
back with the
this
program.
is
This is
not community.
Soul of the Matter. That's
That
what we are
part.
here for.
This
And
is
I am so delighted to be a part of Soul of the Matters. Now we're gonna deal with community matters, but for
okay.
now we're gonna come from the soul.
Yes, sir. We are, and we are. I wanted us to get to know Uncle Fitz. I wanted our listeners to see who this person is and like, oh Mel, he's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, he is. So let the people know who you are, Uncle Fitz.
Uncle Fix is just a regular guy that just have matters that he thinks about that can be of uplifting to the soul of our people, and just is just delighted to continue with your message. But as far as me, just a conscious, driven, God fearing black male that has a conscience about the future of human beings and especially our people.
Yes, sir. Because it's real out here for us right now uh, with a lot of the things going on, and so we put a little message out there that we are, going to talk about economics. We're going to talk about community issues that directly affects us, and one of those things that are affecting us right now is a lot of the executive orders that our chief CEO of the American corporation has been doing. Uh, One of the ones that really got me fired up was his taking away of anything DEI. He blamed DEI for the plane crashes. He blamed DEI for stock market, for healthcare, um, all of those great things. He's kind of blamed it for, as well as him just trying to take away Black History Month. Y'all know me; I'm sensitive about those type of things. But this is just some of the rhetoric. Him freezing the IRS, freezing a lot of the finances to nonprofits, forcing people to come back into the office. I'm not too upset about that one
No,
because
you
I gotta
know,
go back to the office, but it's
but there's
something
nothing
else.
like home,
Yeah, yeah,
especially when you're able to get a productive product from home. It does have its plus and its minuses. With that being said, to just come in without looking at a formulated plan of you can have your objective, you can have your desire, but the key part of any strategy is what is your method? And the
mm,
method has not been explained in order to reach a result. Right now, what we have is the desire to do something without giving anybody a step one, step two, step three as to what will be the results. And I think that's one of the challenging things about this, and it's just catching everybody off guard. I mean,
mm-hmm.
unless you have a remedy or an alternative to your minuses, what is the plus side
Yeah,
for us as America? Um, Change is sometimes good, but at the same time, uh, you do hasty decisions, you get hasty results.
Ooh.
You know, and I think that that's going to be, excuse me, without it having the alternative, of, not the alternative, just the idea of what is the, yes, it is the alternative of what the results of these things that are being done, then no problem. I'm for anybody that can make us safe,
Mm.
anybody that can uplift us, and when I say us, I mean as a country,
Yeah.
because I can't just say to uplift black people. I'm just talking about uplifting human beings because
Period.
I don't necessarily agree with everything the Democrats do. I don't necessarily do what the Republicans do. I don't necessarily believe in what John Doe, Mary Doe, or any other dodo is doing, for that matter. Because when it comes like that, birds of a feather
Yeah.
flock together,
That
you
they
know,
are.
and they also put Dookie on your car.
Oh Lord.
You know, yeah,
Yeah, they do.
yeah.
They
You know,
they do.
when it's the wrong thing that's digested from what they've eaten. And what
Okay.
we're eating now is the equivalent of roadkill
Oh Lord.
on the side of the road,
Yeah.
not something with nutrients and things that are good for our soul of our country.
Yeah.
Now, if we're going to make moves and it's on economic empowerment and it's for a safety issue and above all sustainability,
Mm.
then bring it on
Yeah.
and let each person know what they can do. You know, it's like raising kids. Well, don't do that. Well, let's explain to the kid or the child
Mm-hmm.
what we are doing and how it can benefit in the long run and the short run, even if that part's kind of hurt the
Yeah.
child feelings. You know,
Yeah.
that's one way that we have to look at this.
We do. And but they did a playbook. They told us in Project 2025
Mm-hmm.
what they were gonna do. As it said in this that Trump was gonna deny knowing or being a part of it, but everything when it comes to the social issues, the departments, the giving, the federal funding, like they are pretty much stopping everything. Everything, Mel. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, if you didn't read Project 2025, or if you didn't, it's pretty large. I didn't quite understand it. I watched a bunch of videos
Mm-hmm.
on it, and still watching more because it's so much to digest.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's it's like it's kind of scary. If you're not in the know of what's going on. Like I had a conversation with a young man the other day ago, and he was like, he's just draining the swamp. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, is that what this means? Like, he's like, yeah, they want to add AI into certain parts and
Mm-hmm.
see where there's been a waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, how else is could we have done this without causing so much panic?
Well, uh, and I see your point and the fear of that young man and the
Mm-hmm.
fear of a lot of people. Especially, look at the title of it, Project 25, which is a plan,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah,
And it lays out all these things that is causing a lot of panic and a lot of things that are putting people into this frenzy.
yeah.
But I have a counter to that. Is that is that the only plan that can be made? Obviously, for me, I don't fault the person who made a plan.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah,
We have plans every day.
yeah,
It's to wake up in the morning through the blessing of God,
yeah.
catch our equilibrium, get rid of that little paste and everything, go and do our little mechanics in the morning, because
Mm-hmm.
that's our plan.
Yeah.
But the only problem, you know, where I'm concerned that is that we don't necessarily, as complainers,
Mm.
have a alternative plan or a counteraction to the plan that they put on the table.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like we folded tent
Mm.
when we come with that word they. Well, what about us?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, what about us playing? To go
Mm-hmm.
back to a ebonic way of saying it. What about us? What do we have? What is our economic strategy? You know, if it's
Yeah.
our desires to have young men, young women, our community from whatever age it is or whatever sector what is the plan that we have for ourselves instead of worrying about the plan that they have for us.
Us. Oh,
That's a defeatist, dependent position to me.
yeah.
I don't I don't subscribe to that. My motto is I don't work for checks. I create them.
Oh, that's an entrepreneur mindset.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Because a job is real simple.
Yeah.
A job does not produce wealth for you.
No.
It never will. It is relied upon you to work 40 hours for this entity's profitability.
Yeah.
Well, at a rate like that, you'll get a 401k plan.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you'll get Social Security if it hasn't ran out.
Hopefully.
Maybe even get you some stamps, not postage. You may get you some of those, and you know we count that as you know they call it what's the term they call it access card or whatever.
Oh, EBT.
EBT. Well, hopefully you'll be eating better tonight. You know what I mean? With your EBT. But the point of it is, Mel, you know when we look at this thing, if we don't take the mentality of being a wealth producer. You said a moment ago with an entrepreneur spirit. Once I said the comment about I don't work for checks, I create them. If we keep looking at jobs instead of creativities, I mean, we are the masters of creators and improvisation of the world, of the history of the world. So here it is. We're sitting here with a job mentality. You know what job stands for me?
What does it stand for?
Just over broke.
Just over. Oh,
you.
That's y'all. I don't know. That just over broke. That sounds
just over
about
broke.
Right. Sounds about right.
So you have to put yourself in a, position yourself in a creative mind of, I'm looking out. This can get me here, but what can I do on my part to get me there? And where's there?
Yeah.
Which is a non-dependent role, but a deserving role for what I've invested in the results of somebody able to come up with on my tax dollars, on my contribution to this country with a Project 25. So when I come with my Project 40, 15 years from now, hey, for the next generation. And the reason why I say that is, I say this because I think of you as my niece. All right?
Yes, sir.
So here's the deal. I'm finna drop something on you.
Let's drop it.
If I was in a car accident, right? And not my fault, and they done got me, I'm hurt. And if they were sitting there talking to me, and they said, "You all right?" And I said, 5Gs. To the adjuster, right? They gonna think in, their mind, like Project 25, they're gonna think that it means how much?
$5,000.
Yeah.
$5,000.
But in my mind, for my Project
40.
Right.
Okay.
I'm thinking 5Gs, 5 generations.
Oh. Wow.
That's how much it costs to heal my body.
Yeah.
Because you've disrupted my flow of life.
Yeah.
So it costs. You may not get everything you want, but you're going to pay for what you get.
Yes, you are.
So that's it.
And that's one of the things I like to follow Killer Mike and David Banner a lot of times. And that's something that they talk about heavenly is us creating our own agenda when it comes to politics. These are the things that we need to get past. This is and I think we need to do that, but a lot of times we get so caught up in white, black, Mexican, all of these different names. And we have each of us have our own cultures. And that culture, I love the black culture, African. I think it's one of the most beautiful in the world. You are too. And see stuff like that.
It starts with when you brush those teeth in the morning. You got to love it.
You got to.
No different than when they brush theirs.
Yeah.
But part of what I find is like how you were saying, you love the black, the white, the different, let's just say ethnics, okay? And what we've gotten away from is when you take all of them, right? It
Yeah.
reminds me of a fable that was either called Stone Soup or either Button Soup, right?
Stone soup.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
If you know that one, right? How the
Yeah.
guy is inside of this community, and because of the way he looked, Prophet Joel,
Yeah.
everybody's kind of ignoring him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, nobody will, feed him. So there's no supplement of no, handout or anything. But at least he asked.
Yeah.
You can't get unless you ask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never accomplished getting any date of a woman in my lifetime without asking. I got to hear either yes or no. That's the
Yeah.
only way it's going to work. So here it is. What we've gotten away from is appreciating
Mm.
what each one of us can offer to this pot of a country.
Yeah.
All right? But at the same time, don't bring no stale goods
No.
to the soup,
Yeah. Nothing
to
that's
this
gonna
pot.
poison us.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't bring oh, well, all this was done without DEI hires. No, I think we've done that.
Yeah.
We need a DEI hire. Otherwise, you would be left with the thought that the only reason a Latino is out in a nice San Clemente neighborhood is the only way that they're naturally out there is they have a weed blower in their hand.
Mm. Yeah.
And that shouldn't be.
No.
It should be because when you're out there in that community and that truck pulls up,
Yeah.
and you notice everybody gets off that truck. What I've discovered in my community is that when I see that truck pull up
Yeah.
from that business owner, that worker, I don't see a deportee or somebody that, has crossed the border. What I see is that I've never seen two of them standing talking to each other at one time.
They working.
They working.
They working.
They're verbs.
Yeah.
They're working.
Yeah.
So whether it's the rooftop, whether it's the plumbing, the carpentry, these folks are working. So guess what? Why are we not putting that in the pot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not we putting all the cultures in a pot and then we can feed America?
Yeah.
Why are we putting tariffs on our talents?
Mm. Because that's a way of mind to keep us divided. As long as they can keep us infighting, the 1% can stay the 1% and get more richer while the poor keep getting poorer because they're keeping us distracted with all of this pettiness. With we're gonna deport all the Mexicans, or the Haitians are eating your pets. Just some of the things that have been said that has caused so much drama, so much disconnect between us because it's like we're fighting each other.
Yeah, well, and that's what puppet masters do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Puppet masters. Yes. That's what they do. And when you look at the puppet master's resume, from Marco Polo going over and getting the spices and everything, to the Taj Mahal, to the Hittites, to the Egyptians, to all the cultures of the world. To my memory, and I would love to be educated, that if somebody can tell me who has ever invited the puppet master to improve their culture, or did the puppet master take you from your culture
and tell you you're doing it all wrong?
Yes.
This isn't how you do this.
Exactly.
You don't plant like that.
My thing is that I believe that in some ways, metaphorically speaking, you can look at cultures of America from America being made.
Yeah.
Is that somehow with us being brought to this game of monopoly of capitalism, and which has no love. Capitalism doesn't have any love. So as soon as you approach capitalism with love, you've already lost.
It's a losing
All right.
battle.
So with that being said, I would love to have a people that we seem to want to just kick out that can somehow come to this thing of America,
Yeah.
which let's say it's a monopoly board, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's set up, got all the pieces and everything,
Yeah.
but you take the rule book
Mm-hmm.
and you expect us to play this correctly. You took the rule book of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, Civil Rights, and any other I right. You took those.
Took them all.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now don't get mad when you come back to observe this community and see us with playing dice.
Mm.
Because we had to do something to play this game.
Yeah.
We turned it into 3 dices and boom, we playing this game.
Yeah.
With all the money, we just spending it a different way.
Yeah.
Or we just utilize it a different way. Somebody had to say, one of my favorite questions to anyone, what that do? You know?
Yeah.
Or taking it back old school when, there's Unk, so I got to take it back.
Yeah.
When through chance of living in Florida with St. Pete and Clearwater just up the road, the so-called lightning capital of the world,
Yeah.
that we had to go outside and say, is it in yet? See, you don't know nothing about that. That's called turning the antenna while a lightning. See, some of y'all young folks don't know nothing about that. See, y'all AC after cable kids. I'm BC. I'm before cable.
Before when you had the little rabbit ears.
No, honey. It was just one big old pole.
Ooh.
That stretched about 3 football fields into the house, connecting to a TV with pliers, you know what I mean, to turn the channel during the days that you can be outside playing with your friends, good street football game going, and your mama or your daddy or grandma call you in and tell you to change the channel.
Oh, Lord.
This is before remotes.
Before, you had to be the remote.
Yeah, your human remote.
A human remote.
That's not getting paid. Who risked his life through the ingenuity of a big old tall, you know how you got the antenna here for the station?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we had one at the projects, baby.
Oh, wow.
We had one, and I was always the one to have to turn it. And later on, I realized in life, boy, I was in danger in my life.
That's it.
And that's what we have done for this country.
Mm.
Each culture in this country has done the same. What we haven't looked at is, all right, so I believe, like David, if I'm going to, matter of fact, let's just touch David.
Okay.
David has a scripture, and what I love about David is that he was not by no way means a perfect individual.
Oh, no.
But somehow he has the most books in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now David says, as for my house.
Yeah.
Okay? So I equate that to, as for my community. For all what we talked about, or all what we talk about and complain about. I once heard, I think it was Bishop Neville that said, for all of your complaints about the situation, for all of the complaints, the question is, what are you doing about the complaints?
Where are the solutions?
Yes, because there really are no problems. They're just situations. And in any situation, there's a solution. What do you have readily available? And when I say that, because we're just talking, folks. We're just having family talk.
That's it.
That's what we're doing. And we're just dealing with souls of the matter. And it happens to be our souls that we are concerned about, all souls, because you hear my niece just sitting here talking about the world and these economic problems and everything. But like David, I'm going to talk about them from our house first.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just put it this way so y'all can get an idea of where Uncle Fitz come from. Unlimited. Remember that. Fitz Unlimited. Okay, Fitz Unlimited comes from a perspective of that if I'm going to give you something, sometimes I'm going to tell you up front, go get your switch.
Ooh, the favorite.
Yeah, and don't cheat the process. So let's begin with something that is even our platform that we are coming to you on now. We have gotten away from, now we don't want y'all to leave. We just want y'all to understand that let's come off of Facebook for a moment and
Mm-hmm.
put our face in a book.
Mm. Well, what's a book that you would recommend some of our listeners read to kind of get on
The one that starts with in the beginning
this? Ooh,
and ends with amen, period.
amen, period.
So
So get
all
into the
those,
word.
thank you.
Get into the word.
And so now when we talk about the word,
Mm-hmm.
we talk about our number one thing about us. My people, love y'all, love
Yeah.
me. I'm good. I know y'all good because I love y'all.
Yeah.
And I know y'all love me. But my niece just said, the word. The word has never come back with insufficient funds.
Mm-mm.
Where the problem is sometimes with the word is that we enjoy too much parts of speech of the word.
Mm. We pick and choose.
Well, yeah, and we do it like this here. We deal with nouns,
Yeah.
pronouns, and adjectives.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of speeches that do not move.
Yeah.
They don't.
Mm-mm. We
They
need.
just describe things.
Yeah.
You know, oh, we ought to do this. We ought to do
Ought to.
that. Ought to.
Ought
I like that you caught that.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do this.
Yeah.
But you're doing that from a stationary point.
Mm.
Talk is cheap.
Yeah.
Money buys whiskey,
Ooh.
which, if you change the beverage, Jesus just didn't talk.
Mm-mm.
He had a communion.
Yeah.
He poured out
Yeah.
with the wine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feet washing.
Yeah.
So now let's stay on course with this.
He was a servant.
He was a servant. And now see, there it is. Because the parts of speech that we're missing in the black community
Yeah.
is more verbs.
Mm.
That reminds me of the word because nowhere in the word, and you ask where do we start with the word? The part that starts with amen.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the part that starts with in the beginning and amen
Yeah.
and the period.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about the word,
Okay.
God is a verb.
It's an action.
It's an action. So what is our action plan?
Mm.
Let's just start with any community,
Yeah.
of the black community. All right. Some of our communities, we don't necessarily think about entrepreneurship.
Mm.
All right. We don't pool our resources. It's sad to say that in some local communities, we'll have 5 different people cooking the same type of meal, fish and grits, chicken wings, boom, etc.
Yeah.
Why we can't bring them together?
Yeah.
Why we can't put together? There's in some cases there's an executive chef, there's a prep chef, there are different chefs.
Sous chef.
Sous chef, talk to me now.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
These are the folks that are in one kitchen with a dining room full of dollars.
Yeah.
Nobody's complaining. No chef can master one meal all by himself.
Takes support from the
Back
other
to
chefs.
back to what we're asking America to look at.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pot. All of us in it together. You think that if we went to a adversary that he's just gonna say, well, you know what, I'm gonna get the people over in the projects. I don't think so.
It's gonna be all of us.
At the same time.
Yeah.
At the same time.
And it's funny because if we all, like, one of the things that I love about the Newtown community, what we're trying to do right now is revitalize the Martin Luther King corridor to bring more businesses in. However, we have an issue where if we get these businesses, where are we going to put them? And so it's like there are people within the city government that are looking for ways to provide more spaces for business,
Mm-hmm.
other opportunities for businesses to come back into the Newtown corridor. I was just at a city workshop where uh, the CRA board was going over some of the grants that are out there. There are like grants through the CRA for businesses, for entrepreneurships, for nonprofits, for a person who is doing work within a building within that CRA. It's just getting the information out there and making it plain so people understand. Some people know about these grants, but
Mm-hmm.
not everybody knows about the grants. I manage a grant program,
Mm-hmm.
and there's, not everybody knows about us, but we're there for those businesses because we understand how hard it is those first 3 years of business, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that there is groups of people who've been underserved uh, for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe there are people. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, y'all. We
Yo, we
gotta
making
like
faces up in here, cause woo, woo, woo.
the
These
AC.
lights and the AC is just trying to destroy our opportunity to feed and educate our community. And me and my niece, we working. I know my head probably look like Mr. Clean right now. It's shiny. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna be at home and I'm gonna drink my water right in y'all face.
It-
Cause me and niece is going at it. We just having us. And by the way, this just water, y'all. I ain't gonna put the brand up there, but this is
it's
water
water.
and everything. You know, I save my libration time at other times. But hear the plea of my niece, man. My niece is pointing out that, you know, that all these resources are out here. So here's our challenge. Contact our show
Yeah.
to contact my niece. My niece just said, "Hey, I'm in charge of a grant." In other words, she said, "Look, I have the money. Bring me your plan." All right. No different than uh Jesus. Yeah, what's going on? Um, we got all these people out here at this revival, man, and you done preached and they hungry. Well, what's the plan? Well, there's this lad. It couldn't have been me, niece, because I would have ate my fish. Do
Your
you
fish sandwich would have been
understand me?
gone.
Yeah, it would have been
It'd have been
gone.
gone.
We would have had something else to deal with this miracle. But he gave them an opportunity to let them know that I am the way.
Yeah.
So I tell you what we working with. We're not giving the folks that have these things that, which, by the way, these are our tax dollars.
Yeah.
This is, wait a minute. You telling me no different than, reminds me of the Bernie Mac little joke when he talks about, you seen Bobby? And he called Bobby House and he said he was
Uh-huh.
going to have money. Well, the city has your money. The CRA has your money. The state has your money. Federal government has your money. Your
Yeah.
banks have your money because the money is federally insured.
Yeah.
There are certain things that they can do. Melanie has some money for y'all. The
Wait,
Chamber of
wait, hold on. Not Melanie personally.
No, no.
But the opportunities for all program.
Pre-
Melanie is not able to give you loans, unfortunately, at least for the next 2 to 3 years until
Yeah.
I become a millionaire.
That's
And then-
right, and it's on
then
its
we'll
way.
work on
It's
that.
on its way
Yeah,
because
sometime.
unlimited. We're gonna get us there. So I got a little carried away and I got excited because here's the thing: these are voices that are saying to you,
Yeah.
"Come, come, and give us who you are, what you're doing, what you would like to do, and we will connect you." Because in weeks to come, you'll notice that we're going to be putting voices and faces on this platform
Yeah.
that will be local, county, state, across the nation,
Yeah.
that will come on here. No, that is going to come on here and give you opportunities and avenues to grow yourself.
Yeah.
So, Newtown, Bradenton, anybody that can hear our voice and see this platform, we are going to put people in place, and we're just not. Well, first of all, y'all need to understand this will never be a show that is of nouns, pronouns, and adjectives.
Oh, nope, because we don't even roll like that over here.
Mm-mm.
No.
We are coming with verb mentalities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we should and need to do better. We are at a point where, yes, things are what they are, and as they give it to us on CNN, but you are CNN. You see, the new CNN is see Newtown neighbors.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay,
I like that.
be a part of that.
Yeah.
If you see your neighbor in need, don't just sit around and say, "Hey, this person needs that." Be a bird, and if y'all know my voice and y'all see my face, everyone should know. Well, people know, and if you don't know, Google my name, ask somebody, and anybody that knows me will tell you this man has never been ashamed to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And that if you don't want the truth, do not talk to him because he's going to be brutally honest. And it's not to hurt your feelings. It's just the fact that that's who I am, and I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I've fought for my community. First of all, I attempted to be the best son that I can be. I attempted to be the best father I can be. I'm not perfect. I have flaws. I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to be humbled. All right? And I'm willing to say what that do.
What that do? Hey,
You
we're
know,
gonna take a quick break, real quick, guys. And we will be right back. Give us about 10 minutes, and we'll be back on the
no,
live.
we might be better. We might be faster than that, but give us a few moments.
Give us a few minutes.
Cause it's hot in here.
It's hot,
and Nelly is nowhere to be found or playing.
Yep, and Melanie is not taking off her clothes. Just not happening.
Uh-oh.
Just not happening.
All right now.
Not until I get home.
Thank you.
Privacy of my home. All right, guys, we'll be back shortly.
Melanie?
Yo.
Can you let me know when you're done so I can get up and take my headset off?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm just.
You have to look over and say like cut or something like that. Girl, I'm sweating like a Ethiopian rolled on the goddamn whatever the ship name was. And why this door closed? Because it got hot in here.
It got real hot.
Sitting here